Start of break 1307. Haley, I'll run a discount on that for next week so that we can rip that. We won't be able to rip it till next week anyway, because I'll need to get another Contenders draft picks. I forgot that I had sold that. Carmelo Anthony of the Trailblazers, LeBron James of the Lakers, Lonzo Ball of the New Orleans Pelicans, followed by an Andrew Wiggins Astro of the Golden State Warriors, headed to Snowman. Then we have a little Vortex, Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers, going to Phil. Let's focus on getting break 570 filled first, and then pretty soon we'll be completely out of the 3-digit break numbers. D'Angelo Russell of the Mavericks, Andre Drummond of the Cavs, Markelle Fultz of the Orlando Magic, followed by a Karl Anthony Towns Shockwave Revolution of the Timberwolves, headed to Carl. And then we have an Emmanuel Quickly RC of the New York Knicks going to Carl as well. Oh, I agree, Haley. Kyle Kuzma of the Lakers, followed by Kevin Love of the Cavaliers, Steven Adams of the Pelicans. Then we're going to have a Colin Sexton, and that's going to be a Groove of the Cleveland Cavaliers, headed to Bobby and Marla, followed by a Shockwave Revolution, Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets, going to Dakota. Nice. Yeah. John Wall of the Rockets, Terry Rozier of the Hornets, Davis Bertans of the Wizards, followed by Kawhi Leonard, and that's going to be a Fractal of the Los Angeles Clippers, headed to J Fitz, followed up by Theo Maladon RC of the Oklahoma City Thunder, going to J Fitz as well. And while we're halfway through this break, we'd love to take a second to recognize Joseph, Christopher, Snowman for you, JFitz58, Mark, and Colton for joining us for the first time. And that you can use promo code NEWBT for 20% off your first order at BreakTraders.com. Eric Gordon of the Rockets, Victor Oladipo of the Pacers, Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat. Then we're going to have a Trey Jones RC of the San Antonio Spurs, and that's going to be a Groove right there, followed by a Liftoff, Jason Tatum. Houston, we have Liftoff. Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics, going to Anthony. Sorry, folks. Just there we go. Really struggled with that liftoff one there. Sometimes it's like they go in super easy, and other times it's like really tough to get them in there. Two spots left in a Donruss football pick your division. 6 spots left in a Donruss football pick your team. 12 spots left in that Contenders Optic team random. Jonas Valanciunas of the Grizzlies, DeAndre Ayton of the Suns, Jimmy Butler of the Heat, a Vernon Carey Jr. Astro RC of the Charlotte Hornets, going to David. And then we have a Jordan Nwora RC of the Milwaukee Bucks, going to J Fitz. Al Horford of the Thunder, Derrick Rose of the Detroit Pistons, and we're going to have a redemption, followed by a Goran Dragic Astro of the Miami Heat, and then a Revolution Supernova LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. And what's that redemption going to be? It is going to be autographs Julius Erving. Julius Erving redemption right there of the Philadelphia 76ers, headed to Phil. Very cool redemption right there. Drew Holiday of the Bucks, followed by Domantas Sabonis of the Pacers, Mike Conley of the Utah Jazz, a Sunburst Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies, and that is going to be 47 out of 35 of the Grizzlies, heading to Brett. And then a Vernon Carey Jr. Of the Hornets going to David. Alrighty, let's run down these veteran inserts. We have the LeBron James Supernova of the Lakers to Carl, the Shockwave Revolution Jamal Murray of the Nuggets to Dakota, Shockwave Revolution Karl Anthony Towns of the Timberwolves, and that's a fractal edition heading to Carl, and then a Vortex Joel Embiid of the 76ers going to Phil. And now on to our parallels. We have the Astro Andrew Wiggins of the Golden State Warriors, followed by an Astro Goran Dragic of the Miami Heat. Then we have a groove and a groove and a fractal. The groove Colin Sexton, the fractal Kawhi Leonard, and then the 47 out of 75 Sunburst Ja Morant. And now onto our rookie rundown. Vernon Carey Jr. of the Charlotte Hornets to David. Jordan Nora of the Milwaukee Bucks headed to Jay Fitz. Theo Maledon of the Oklahoma City Thunder to Jay Fitz. And Emmanuel Quickley of the New York Knicks heading to Carl. And then we had two rookie parallels. We had the Groove Trey Jones of the Spurs, and the Astro Vernon Carey Jr. of the Hornets. Vernon Carey Jr. of the Hornets going to David, and Trey Jones of the Spurs heading to Josh. And now on to our featured cards. We have a liftoff Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics, and that's going to Anthony, followed up by a redemption Julius Erving auto. Julius Erving of the Philadelphia 76ers going to Phil. And with that, we are going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with 13-0. Or no, we are not taking a 5-minute break. We will be right back to auction off some teams on the Panini Revolution hobby. That is the end of break 1307.